Hello and welcome to Gus McDowell Strategy and Tactics. I'm Nick McDowell. Today we're playing part 1 of Wings of Retribution, the 11th mission in the NATO campaign in Naval War Arctic Circle. Naval War Arctic Circle is based on a hypothetical Great Arctic War set in 2030 and fought in the North Atlantic, Arctic, Baltic and the North Sea. The NATO campaign covers the Great Arctic War as experienced from the Northern Partnership and NATO alliances. In Wings of Retribution, we must destroy enemy airfields on Iceland and in Norway. Each mission starts with a news article to give us some context. Zurich peace talks break down on day 1. Russians blame the Norwegians and vice versa. UN-backed peace talks between the Northern Partnership countries and Russia broke down on the first day, with both parties blaming the other for the failure to agree on even a schedule. The talks, mediated by a high-level UN negotiator, would have been the first diplomatic contact between representatives of the two sides since the beginning of the Arctic War roughly 3 months ago. Please pause the video if you'd like to read the full article, and while you're doing so, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more great strategy and tactics content. Episode 11, Wings of Retribution. Description. To ensure a successful landing in Scandinavia, the established enemy airfields at Keflavik, Iceland and Bergen, Norway must first be destroyed. Objectives: destroy enemy airfields. This is a large and complex mission within the campaign. As a strike mission, this would usually be carefully planned well in advance. So, before jumping into the action, let's plan before we play. Our mission is to destroy Keflavik and Bergen airfields. Why? Well, let's do a quick recap of the campaign to date. In Mission 1, Arctic Cod Conflict, there's a fisheries dispute between Norway and Russia. Our mission was to prevent Russian units from attacking Norwegian fishing vessels. In Mission 2, Barents Escort, Russian naval surface forces push in the north. Our mission was to sink at least 2 surface vessels. In Mission 3, Show of Force, Russian submarines attempt to break out from the Greenland-Iceland-United Kingdom GIUK gap. Our mission was to find and destroy Russian submarines. In Mission 4, On the Rocks, the Russian Navy attempts a surprise invasion of Iceland. Our mission was to use submarines to stop the invasion. In Mission 5, Iron Weasel, Russia launches SEAD, or Suppression of Enemy Air Defence Operations, against Sweden, and our mission was to defend Scandinavian land installations. In Mission 6, Peekaboo in the Fjords, Russia tries to land forces in the Narvik area, and our mission is to prevent the amphibious assault. In Mission 7, Baltic Breakout, the Russian fleet attempts a breakout from the Baltic Sea, and our mission is to contain the Russian fleet in the Baltic. Mission 8, Viking Funeral, sees a combined Russian land, sea and air operation against Finland, Sweden, Norway and Denmark, and our mission is to secure the escape of a VIP from occupied Norway. In Mission 9, North by Northwest, a US Navy carrier battle group transits from the Pacific to the North Atlantic. Our mission as the Royal Canadian Navy is to lead a carrier battle group through the Davis Strait. And in Mission 10, Convoy 13 No Reply, major reinforcements are being transported across the Atlantic to reach the operations theatre. Our mission is to defend NATO convoys against attacks. Now, NATO forces are preparing a counterattack to take back occupied Scandinavia. This will involve an amphibious assault on Iceland and on Norway, so we must first destroy Russian air forces based at Keflavik in Iceland and Bergen in Norway. From left to right we have the USS Virginia, west of Iceland. CGN South, southwest of Iceland. CVG North between the Faroe and Shetland Islands. RAF Lossiemouth in northern Scotland. And RAF Lakenheath in Suffolk and eastern England. Let's review friendly forces. At RAF Lakenheath we have 2 Boeing P-8A Poseidon, 2 Boeing KC-767 aerial refuelling aircraft, 4 Eurofighter Typhoon fighters, 1 Boeing E-3 Sentry AWACS, and a Boeing E-3 Sentry AWACS which is already airborne. At RAF Lossiemouth, we have 8 F-22 Raptor, 12 F-35A Lightning, 3 Boeing KC-767 aerial refueling aircraft, 2 Boeing P-8A Poseidon in land attack profile, 2 Boeing P-8A Poseidon in anti-submarine warfare profile, 2 Poseidons in a naval attack profile, 2 B-1B Lancers, each with 24 Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile with extended range, and 2 Boeing E-3 Sentry AWACS aircraft. CVG North consists of the Abraham Lincoln, a Nimitz-class carrier, the Lake Champlain, a Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser, and the Bulkley and the McCampbell, both Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. We have the USS Virginia with 12 Tomahawk land attack missiles, and CGN South consists of the Theodore Roosevelt, a carrier, the San Jacinto, a cruiser, and the Winston S. Churchill, Lassen, and Howard, all Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers. Next, let's review enemy forces. At Keflavik in occupied Iceland, the enemy has 12 Sukhoi Su-57 Felons, which are also described as T-50 PAC FA fighters, 10 Su-35 flankers, 4 Tu-22M3 Backfire Cs, the bombers, 3 Beriev A-50U mainstay airborne early warning and control aircraft, and 3 Il-78 Ilyushin refueling tankers. At Bergen, in occupied Norway, the enemy has 2 Ka-27 anti-submarine warfare helicopters, 2 squadrons, each with 12 Sukhoi Su-57 Felon, 12 Su-35 Flanker B, 8 Tu-22M3 Backfire C bombers, 2 Tu-160 Blackjack strategic bombers, 3 Beriev A-50U mainstays, and 3 Il-78 Ilyushin refueling tankers. Enemy naval forces consist of a suspected surface action group, location unknown, probably based around a Kirov-class battlecruiser, but possibly including an aircraft carrier, and with a naval strike capability. Also, we suspect the enemy has between 1 and 4 submarines operating in the area, but we have no further details. So, what do we make of all this information? First, ends. The destruction of enemy airfields is the main effort. Second, means. The means by which we destroy the enemy airfields will be Tomahawk land attack missiles with 1700 km range and JASSM extended range with 925 km. Third, these missiles are vulnerable to fighter interception. Fourth, the TLAM are not replenishable, but the JASSM can be replenished. The 4 points above are critical. Experience suggests that in this game it takes between 10 and 20 TLAM to destroy an airbase. Assuming that the airbase is defended by surface-to-air missiles, and assuming these will eliminate up to half of our TLAM during ingress, we need overkill of twice as many missiles, that is, 40 TLAM per target. We know that our 2 task units, CVG North and the Virginia, and CGN South, can generate only 40 TLAM each. So we cannot afford the TLAM to be intercepted by enemy fighters if we are to achieve our mission. This is the crux of the plan. So, SEAD Phase 1 should suppress enemy fighter threats, and SEAD Phase 2 should target the AWACS and the tankers. These are opportunity targets. I actually want the AWACS to detect my fighters so the enemy fighters launch from their bases and I can shoot them down. Once the fighters are destroyed, however, I do not want the enemy to detect the incoming TLAM. 7. Ways. Our missile strikes will launch after SEAD is complete. And finally, point 8. We must still defend against enemy bombers and submarines. These are capable of launching strikes against our naval surface and land forces. So, let's turn that into a plan. Enemy ground forces occupy Iceland and Norway. Enemy air forces operating from Keflavik, Iceland and Bergen, Norway have air superiority over the North Sea and North Atlantic. NATO and Northern Partnership forces are planning amphibious assaults to retake Iceland and Norway. Enemy air forces based at Keflavik and Bergen present a threat to the invasion fleet. We have RAF Lakenheath, RAF Lossiemouth, CVG North, CGN South, and the USS Virginia. The enemy has Keflavik Air Base, Bergen Air Base, a possible surface action group, up to 4 submarines, and all of this has air defence, naval and land strike capabilities. Our mission. NATO and Northern Partnership Air and Naval Forces are to destroy Keflavik and Bergen not later than 02-2359 December 2030 in order to deny airspace to enemy air and missile operations over the North Sea and North Atlantic and set the conditions for future operations. This is a three-phase operation. Phase 1. Naval forces will conduct local defensive ASW operations with active sonar and towed arrays. Naval forces will conduct local offensive ASW operations out to 20 kilometres. All forces will establish combat air patrols and local air superiority out to 100 kilometres, then launch AWACS. RAF Lossiemouth and RAF Lakenheath will then launch Poseidon ASW missions. Phase 2. Suppress. Naval forces will locate and suppress enemy surface action groups. In SEAD Phase 1, fighter groups will establish air superiority in vicinity of the enemy air bases, that is, defeat the enemy fighters. In Phase 2, the fighter groups will destroy enemy AWACS and tanker assets. Phase 3. Strike. USS Virginia and CGN South will conduct a land strike on Keflavik using Tomahawk land attack missiles. CVG North and Lossiemouth will conduct the land strike on Bergen using Tomahawks and JASSM. Finally, we will conduct battle damage assessment and re-engage as required. Now, there is no TLAM or surface-to-air missile rearmament available. JASSM ER rearmament is available from RAF Lossiemouth. Air-to-air missiles and air-to-surface missile rearmament is available from the carriers and air bases. On order, the Poseidon can be retasked to naval or land strike mission profiles, and the tanker aircraft are to loiter in racetrack behind the friendly fighter screen. The commanding officer of the Abraham Lincoln is the commander of the Joint Task Force. All of our forces are on a common operating picture. The naval forces are at radar AMCON black, but active sonar is permitted, and the air forces are permitted to use their radar. In the next episode, we will execute Operation Wings of Retribution. As always, thanks for watching. For more Naval War Arctic Circle content, check out the NATO campaign and Jersey blockade playlists on our channel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for the next episode.